What's going on, homies? We giving this shout out to the fish and taco place in Las Vegas, Nevada. And this is your boy. This is the guy with all the AKAs and maybe a couple more. I am the host with the most, the race of Chuckstuians, which are basically apes, Chuck Stew. And the man sitting next to me, who is a co-host of the show, you know him very well. You know him as the genetic Norwegian jackhammer, dances with pearls. You may know him as Sue You. So that goes out to all the cucks out there who think they want to fucking try something with us. Gangbusters Book, or Mr. 724 Splash, Dr. Pearls Houston Book.
Good evening. This is Dr. Pearls Houston Book, back again for another installment of the Chuck Stew Show. This is what, episode 5 of this season? 6? Wow. Shit's time's flying, man. We've been going for a long time. It feels like 2 years. We've been spreading the truth. But yeah, we still don't have any fucking followers, so fuck all you guys for listening, you know, whatever.
Pretty much, and we got to start the segment here. The woman that has the most to boast. She is the woman that everyone needs to go with her problems because she's got the right answers, and that is the Listen Lady.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hello. Got anything to say, Listen Lady? Any word for our viewers, listeners, speakers? I don't know.
No.
Okay.
All right, sweet.
We'll go on to the first topic. Here you go, Chuck. I'm going to give you some knowledge here. The first question here. Senate Republicans unveil revised healthcare bill. Now, let me just get your first thoughts here. When you hear revised healthcare bill, what do you think?
I mean, I don't know, because that shit was like all over the place in the news. I mean, there was like fucking people and they're disabled in wheelchairs that were sitting in like fucking different public offices protesting this shit where the police were trying to get them out. So I didn't even know Obamacare was that big of a fucking deal because I got charged for having it when I never even fucking went to the doctor. But I got charged for not having it. But yeah. I mean, it's like, is the Republican, or what was it called? Donald's calling it the American Health Bill. Yeah. Like, is that, I mean, like, what exactly is worse as a medical plan? Exactly. I mean,
well, the problem here is that really healthcare itself is a very convoluted issue, and it affects everyone really. Most of the opponents of Obamacare were upset by the fact that it felt like you had to have this healthcare, like it was being forced upon you, even if you didn't really need it. And I get it. Yeah, and you got fined if you didn't have it. It's kind of like the point of car insurance, where you just to avoid a possible issue, you have to have it. But in reality, health insurance is a little bit different because really it only affects you personally. And if you don't have health insurance, like, okay, well then you're rolling the dice on your life. That's cool. You have to have car insurance just in case you get in an accident. But people are, of course, roasting this new act, and that's just because Donald Trump came up with it. Anything Donald Trump's gonna say, people are gonna get pissed at. They don't have any filter. I don't know.
Listen, lady, what did you think about the Affordable Health Care Act?
Well, this is what I think. I don't think that I was personally affected. I got fined, and I don't think that you should be fined for not having health insurance.
Yeah.
I feel like whatever kind of debt is with the medical the medical department, they should have to pay it. Yeah, but Trump is kind of wrong on this new healthcare because there are a lot of people who are sick that kind of should be having that, but at the same time, I shouldn't have to be forced. I wish all of the political parties would just pull their faces out of their buttholes and figure it out for all Americans.
Here's the thing, like when it comes to healthcare, like for fuck's sake, like stop trying to force shit on me. Like I don't want to have your shitty ass plan that costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. America needs to fucking wisen up and stop getting so fucking fat. Stop eating so stupid shit.
It's the best food though.
Everybody is looking like a fucking Tank Abbott out there, and I'm disgusted. I'm just disgusted by it.
Yeah, and that other fighter, Big Sexy, whatever his name was.
Big Sexy Ron Peterson, whatever his name is.
Woo!
All right, so the next topic that we're going to here.
We're actually doing your book segments. So we actually have a new segment that Disco ripped off of Chris Jericho, and we're ripping off Disco. So Book has a segment where people or things are on his shit list who fucked up that badly. So right now, Book, I'm going to name you 26 things, and what is for sure we know is Tom Cruise is on that list. I know.
For fuck's sake.
So Dr. Book.
Listen, lady, you can chime in on this if you feel.
You want to read the list?
If you feel like it.
No, go for it.
If you have something to say, just let me know, and we'll make sure you get the.
Like what he thinks.
Yeah.
So,
whatever you think.
is the Boss Baby movie on your list?
Fuck yeah, the Boss Baby is on my list. Let me tell you something about the Boss Baby. So you make this fucking stupid ass animated film that was probably made by DreamWorks, I'm assuming. I don't know. It wasn't Pixar, I can tell you that. We're fucking Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin voices this fuck ass baby. Like, who the fuck would vote a fucking baby to be the president of a company? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any fucking sense, and I vote this on my shit list. Ever since I heard of the concept, I was fucking I was appalled. That's all I have to say.
It doesn't make it. You don't have to do too much to get put on the shit list.
You don't.
You don't.
No, you look at me cross-eyed in the fucking street, and then you're on the fucking list.
Iron Man socks.
Iron Man socks. Well, guess what? Guess what? Fucks. I'm wearing those right now. Iron Man's not one of my favorites. I just had these socks in my drawer, so I put them on.
Burger King.
Fuck yeah.
Burger King's pretty chill. It's pretty good. You know, the one that's down by Golf Links and Kolb, where near the studio, man, that one kind of sucks. But I blame the workers. They don't feel like they want to work. Yeah, fuck.
Conan.
Conan's always on the shit list because he sucks.
Haunted phone numbers that we called and nothing happened.
Well, let me tell you something. This is some bullshit. I gotta blame the internet for this one because back in the day when we were kids, you know, you didn't have the internet to fucking look up haunted phone numbers. You just called in, you were fucking scared. Now we called all of them. None of them were fucking anything, and so I'm not fucking with it anymore.
Whitney Houston's voice.
All right.
Overrated.
Yeah, I think it's overrated. Whitney Houston is on the list, and you know, I don't want to offend anyone of her fans, but if you're offended, go fuck yourself, because Whitney Houston, I'm tired of hearing that fucking song, that stupid ass fucking song, and I will always love you, whatever that shit is. All her fucking music, like that bitch was a coke fucking head. So if you support her, you support her coke habit.
Black Panther.
Black Panther. If you're talking about the movie, I'm looking forward to that. That seems like a good film.
SPF 50 Corporation.
Are you talking like sunscreen? Because they sure didn't work for me this vacation, so they are on the fucking list because they fucking suck.
Is Tom Cruise still on the list?
Oh, of course. Tom Cruise is always on the list unless he's playing Maverick. I mean, the news came out in 2019. The Top Gun 2 is coming out. Yeah. And the subtitle is going to be like Maverick or some shit. Like, it's going to again focus on him, which I mean, I guess I get it. But I'm only game if fucking Val Kilmer's back as Iceman and the fucking movie's not shitty. But judging from the fact that Tom Cruise is in it, it's probably going to be shitty.
All call centers.
Okay, next question. Call centers are just shit.
On the list.
On the list.
They're on the list?
They're on the list automatically.
People who say the rebel flag is racist and equivalent to the German Nazi flag.
I think people just needs to fucking pull up their big boy pants and fucking just deal with it, because there are a lot of people that actually support that Confederate flag, and no, it does not automatically mean slavery, pro-slavery. So if you believe that, call me and I will fuck you up.
That is actually a part of history, so embrace it.
Yeah.
We're in a different fucking place.
Yeah.
We've moved on.
Yeah, embrace it.
Yeah.
Woo! Rip Flair.
Lionheart Chris Jericho.
Oh, I like that man, but he needs to fucking shave his head and stop fucking around with Fozzy.
Los Angeles.
LA, it was a cool town. I wish I could have seen more. I will be visiting soon again. You know, it's a great place. I like it.
All right, only 2 things on the list so far.
It's really overpopulated. There's too many people. Too many.
You have to tell me that. WWE creative writers.
If anybody who knows me knows that I stopped watching WWE months ago, so therefore they are on the list, and I do not support their actions.
PG culture.
That's another reason why WWE failed for me, just personally.
Proud liberals.
Cucks, yes, they're on the list. They've been on the list for years.
Day one-ish shirts.
You know, I don't really understand this. I mean, I've seen the meme and everything, but I just don't get it. So it's on the list for being fucky. That's really what it is.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Angel the hardcore homo.
What the fuck is that?
Is he on the list?
Yes.
Wings Over Broadway.
Good old Wings. They just they're a good place. They make good wings. They're hiring new staff. They got a new location. So all my luck to them.
The Real Click.
The real clique. Well, for those of you that don't know, this clique has gone through many changes recently, and we all know who the real members are. You all know who you are. So I support you, but I don't support the fake members.
So they're on the list.
They're on the list.
Seth Rollins.
Next. Fuck that guy.
Colin Kaepernick.
Is he even in the league anymore? Can you
No,
confirm
he got
that?
fired.
He got fired? Well, what is he doing then?
Sucking dick for
Sucking dick for coins. For coins at Peter Piper.
So he's on the list.
Yes.
The NBA.
I like the NBA. It's my league. They're in off season right now. I just finished watching some summer league. That shit's good.
The WNBA.
WNBA, you know, it's just like the NBA. One's a sport, one's a joke. So it's like, you know, what are you gonna do?
YouTube Red.
YouTube Red, some bullshit. Honestly, YouTube was meant to be kind of like an artist share kind of thing. You know, creators, we share it. Now YouTube Red's trying to monetize that bullshit, and I ain't down with it.
And they're on the list.
They're on the fucking list. Fuck YouTube.
Back surgery centers in general.
Well, I gotta say, I was employed by a surgery center for a long time, and they were good people, I suppose. But in reality, they all suck, so fuck them all.
Last one.
Yeah.
Is Kurt Hawkins on the list?
Who is that?
Why the fuck would Kurt Hawkins be on this list anyway? I mean, like, what has he done?
You hate him?
No, I don't hate him. I mean, what has he done recently? Is there anything I should hate him for, Chuck?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I digress. I'm trying to fix the mic right now. There you go. All right.
All right, so now we're going to commercial break. Thank you for tuning in to the Chuck Stew Show. Take it away, Chuck, which is me.
Fuck it.
Welcome once again. It's your boy Chuck Stew with the Chuck Stew Show, and we would like to give a special shout out for this commercial segment to the Raven Effect. This is the podcast that I listen to every Monday, and they talk about everything. It's Raven with Bugsby Berkeley. They talk about wrestling history with ECW and WCW, wacky facts in the news, and they have a mailbag segment. This is something that I personally like to listen to because I've always been a huge fan of Raven, and quote the Raven, nevermore. What about me? What about Raven? Hello and welcome back once again. This is your boy. This is the man with all the AKAs. We're talking about the new AKAs on Flash Funk's boy, Chuck Stew. And I'd just like to talk a little bit about something that's very, very much a controversial subject, but maybe controversial in the way that you're not able to, or you're not ready to listen to, or ready or able or hear from any other source. We're talking about the Confederate flag here, the rebel flag. So really, there really is no doubt in my mind that every time you scroll through Facebook, and the same going for Twitter, that you're going to see right after protests with companies forcing the country to change under the flag of PG culture and the PG era, just like in wrestling, and sexless propaganda with other such abominations. As you have already known from listening to my podcast, that there was a lot of Brother Nathaniel's videos that are cited and discussed on this radio show, especially in season 4. Information used strictly for what is not being told by much of anybody for any news source, and this is the agenda for the Zionist Jew. To push this with tons upon tons of videos, for my segment, I'm going to be talking about a subject that is close to the heart of one of the viewers of this show, and this is my Chuck Stewians, is the removal of the rebel flag in South Carolina, along with monuments, and I also want to state on local property, mind you, and name places because it's being banished from the public sphere. Now, California, Oregon, and New York are all trying to change the entirety of America into Pacifica. They all want this one unified way of thinking. And this is why you may be asking yourself, is this all part of the plan to create a new world order? To damn what doesn't need to be damned, and remove the history of the country so the Zionist Jews can rewrite it. The two companies that are behind this travesty, included with the statue of Robert E. Lee also removed, the Southern Poverty Law Center, which is run by, you guessed it, and the Anti-Defamation League, and take a wild fucking guess as to who are running these two companies. That's right, Zionist snakes. I mean, if you really think about it, the Civil War wasn't just fought by white people. It wasn't white people versus white people. African Americans and Native Americans were also seen in old photos, and there are in documents giving evidence that they have all actually fought together. So I'm not understanding this. Also, along the lines with Lincoln not exactly freeing the slaves in the North, I mean, you can chalk that up to the Constitution not being direct on what a slave is, but basically not freeing the black people, and the man actually didn't really like black people himself. So that goes right out the fucking window. So how is the Confederate flag a symbol of hatred and of racism? I've read that in the news a lot a couple of months ago. I'm still not really understanding this. It was a symbol to distinguish the difference between the Union fighters during the Civil War from the rebel fighters. Just because there are people in the South who are white committing racist acts onto the minority while having the rebel flag on their trucks flying in the breeze or tattooed on their arms doesn't mean the flag is inherently evil. There was a difference between the rebel and the swastika flag, and I'm talking about the swastika flag in 1940s Nazi Germany, people. Whatever is now deemed evil in the eyes of the country now has to come down, and now the history gets erased. Sorry, not me, Jack. Since George Washington and Thomas Jefferson were both slave owners and have done things that are deemed politically incorrect, doesn't mean that we have to go blow up Mount Rushmore. The liberal agenda has gone way too fucking far, people. There was a couple of different people that I know of personally that have the rebel flag in their wallets, like on their walls in their house, and they have never come off to me as racist. I think this is all part of the fucking Jew agenda again. I looked up the information of how many, the list, well, not how many, but the list of people that were running the Anti-Defamation League and that fucking other one, the Southern Poverty Center. Every single one of those people were Jews. I mean, like, let's stop and think about this right now. I'm not saying that all, okay, so Jews, it's split into 3 different sections here. Let me just split it up for you. It goes to the moderate Jews, which are the, really good ones. They're pretty cool ones, like think of Paul Heyman, for example. Then you got the Zionist Jews, which are a lot of politicians of people that run different companies, trying to run our governments, apparently took over Israel after World War II when they got kicked out. Instead of return to Poland and different countries that they actually did come from, they went and tried to take over the Muslim territories all throughout Israel and those, specifically Israel and those places around the world, even though supposedly the Muslims have been there for thousands of years. I'm not exactly saying that, because if you go back to the Gospels of Jesus Christ, the place was run by Romans and also Jewish people, even though Romans were running everything and the Jews were kind of just down there in the bog. But basically what I'm saying here is that everything is not just black and white. Nothing, almost nothing in our culture or in your own personal life. Like, there are very few things that are just completely cut and dry, like black and white. Most of life is in the gray, okay? So just because, like, somebody has a rebel flag and they like to have the fact that the bumper sticker is on their car, they got a tattoo of it, doesn't mean they're just inherently racist, evil pricks. When it comes to the Jewish race, there are the moderate Jews, like Paul Heyman, for example. Then there's the Zionist Jews, that are the evil Jews that compact together and try to run every single country around the world. And because that we're goyim, from what it says in their books of, the Talmud, even though you only should be reading out of the Torah, but the Talmud is just fucking garbagey shit, where everything, like the goyim, like me, we are dogs and trash. So actually, I'm actually Jewish, but anyways, so we're talking about that there's the Zionist, the moderate, and the Christian. And the Christian Jews are the chosen people of the Bible. Those are the chosen Jews. Those are the ones from the Old Testament going into the New Testament, which is basically what I think is that a Jewish person who has the indwelling of the Holy Spirit and has that experience, like someone like Brother Nathaniel, for example, who is a Christian Jew, that is the chosen Jew race. I would say Ben Shapiro's like a moderate Jew, but he is a very religious person. I don't know. I would definitely consider him like a Christian Jew, even though he's not Christian. That's like a fourth wall. I actually don't even know where he's at, because he's not a Zionist. I'm almost positive about that. He has said things about the good Trump, bad Trump segment, where he has talked about that, Trump was being bad because he was talking about bad things, like what Obama did when he sent over $227 million over to help the Muslims over in Israel, and he was saying, that's bad Trump. Ben Shapiro, he always takes the side of Israel and that's the Jews' homeland. Do I personally believe it? No. No. So that's what I do acknowledge the fact, absolutely, that Jesus was born there, grew up there, the man who was God who became flesh. I acknowledge that, and that all the people that were around him were Jews. But then you also have to go into the book of Acts when Peter had that dream where the things were falling on top of him when he fell asleep praying on top of his roof at like 3 p.m. And saw that it's not just for the Jew, but it's for the Gentile. So it's for the Goyim too. The Goyim and the Jew are on the same pedestal. We're on the same level in the Father's eyes. So please keep that in mind. Like, for the love of God, keep that in mind, because we're all dogs and trash, apparently. It also says in the Quran too. anyone who's an unbeliever or an infidel. We're also dogs and trash. You know, great, good stuff. It's good stuff.
Welcome back to the Chuck Stew Show. This is Listen Lady, and right now we're about to start talking about Bigfoot. We want to know your thoughts.
It's a mystery.
Chuck Stew over here saying that Bigfoot's an alien.
What the fuck is that? Game of Thrones fans predict ending. Well, hey, listen, lady, did you know that I was actually reading in the news the other day that there's a conspiracy theory that George R. R. Martin, who's made the books that has produced the show Game of Thrones, supposedly his book is finished, but he hasn't said in like his Twitter or whatever, it's not, he hasn't said it, but one of his fans took a peek at something and found out it was finished, or he said it was finished and on his computer, someone hacked in his computer and leaked it or something. Did you hear about that?
I'm gonna have a lot of haters, but I really don't give two shits about Game of Thrones, its books, or its series.
Oh, God.
It's overrated. Who cares about mythical nonsense?
Hey, Dr. Book, aren't you a fan of the show and the books?
Yes, I actually am a fan of the books. I am a fan of the show as well. However, I did not watch the last season, so if any of you guys want to comment and say something about the last season, I don't fucking give a shit. I'm a book fan. I'm waiting for the books to come out. George R. R. Martin, you write at an incredibly slow pace, but I mean, it's not like it's up to us to decide when creation occurs when it comes to fucking art. So, I mean, I'm not hating on him. He'll take his time as long as it's right. As for the show, you know, I got not really time. I got this job. I got other jobs. I got fucking surgeries to do. Like, I don't have time to fucking sit and watch TV. So, all y'all are fucks for doing that.
George R. R. Martin, I actually do have a problem with you not putting books out on time. How about you quit sailing with your fucking thumb up your ass and fucking write a damn book? So, listen, lady, there is a segment that we have to talk about here that supposedly they said on Ancient Aliens on a recent episode that Bigfoot supposedly is an alien, and that they're now saying that scientists now think that Bigfoot is the missing link in the theory of evolution. So, what do you think of that? So supposedly Bigfoot is between primates and humans.
That's what they've been saying the whole time. Right?
I just knew this. I saw this recently. I didn't.
It's a creature.
I mean, like, do you honestly think that Bigfoot exists?
Maybe it's already died. Maybe not. Maybe you just believe what you want to believe. That's it. That's basically it.
Here's Dr. Burke. Dr. Book here. I do not believe in the Bigfoot. I think that is a hoax designed to try to make people that believe in evolutionary theory feel better about themselves when they go to sleep at night. Because in reality, there is no missing link. There is no evidence anywhere that we came from apes. Show me one fucking half ape, half man that exists, and then I'll believe you. But you can't, so sorry. The only fucking Bigfoot I've seen is a guy in a suit.
Well, Dr. Book, didn't you say that you watched a cartoon once where the Bigfoot was being filmed, and when the Bigfoot supposedly was coming out of the bushes, you could see his watch on his wrist, and they said, we're going to have to cut.
Bob, we can see your watch. He's like, oh, damn it.
So he saw that the fact that it was actually a person in an ape costume looking like Bigfoot. I mean,
he wears his watch on the outside of his costume. That makes no sense.
So, Dr. Book.
Okay.
All right, so, I mean, does Bigfoot really exist? I personally think it does. Is it the missing link in the genealogy chart that states that Bigfoot is a part of man and God doesn't exist? Okay, everyone, let's use our minds. Let's use some logic here. No. That answer is no. Is Bigfoot out there in the fucking Appalachian or Superstition Mountains in West Virginia or in Oregon?
But maybe.
No.
Maybe. What proof do you have that he's not out there?
What proof do you have that he does?
But what proof is he there that he's not there?
That's a red herring argument. You can't do it. It's a straw man fucking argument.
Well, yeah, so you can't sit out here saying that you think you're stating out facts.
That's like
You're
saying
just talking shit.
That's like saying ghosts exist.
Ghosts do exist.
It's not the evidence of abstinence, it's the abstinence of evidence.
Ghosts exist.
Abstinence is not the right word to use there. All right, next segment. We're going on to the Listen Lady segment. This is the one that you all have been waiting for, and I've got a good question that I just found online. All right, Listen Lady.
Get me through with that email where you can email us at Chuckstubroadcast@yahoo.com.
Yeah, if you have a question you'd like the Listen Lady to go over, or have a personal issue you'd like her to discuss with you, email us, chuckstubroadcast@yahoo.com, right? All right. So the question here that we have is why does the United States have the most corrupt politicians in the world? What do you think?
I'm not even going to answer
God,
this.
really?
Dude.
Well,
I knew this was a good one.
let's go ahead. Let me just start off by saying I am not a fan of our government, period. I think it needs to be cut in half. There's too many. I think the reason why we have the most corrupt politicians in the world is we're corporate fucking America. If they pay you enough money, you will do what that company wants you to do. Basically, we'll suck dick for money.
Amen.
That's exactly what American politicians are saying. I will suck your dick if you give me enough money.
Wow.
Pretty much.
But
Those are some strong words there.
those are. Fuck the government. Fuck them all. Republican, Liberian.
Listen, lady, this ties in with the question that was just asked. Do you believe in paying taxes?
I believe in paying a fair amount of taxes. If they were smart, what they would do is do a fixed rate. Boom, for example, 9%, and then tax 9% of what everybody makes. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Oh, but see, the problem is everybody's so greedy and they just want money in their fucking pockets. So they're getting rid of working America. I'm not getting jack shit because I work my ass off and I ain't got no babies. It's bullshit. You make more money eating off the government than you do supporting your own damn self.
That's true. That's been my argument for years. We just need to have a fixed tax percentage rate. That way, the people that make the billions of dollars, the 1% of the country that controls 95% of the fucking wealth, will be able to be taxed on their shit, and we're gonna actually solve world problems like fucking world hunger and poverty. That shit will be solved by rich people paying more taxes. They won't even notice the fucking debt in their wallets.
Like the 3 CEOs at Exxon?
Yeah, exactly.
Who stole $4 million each?
Exactly. It's for fucking sake. These people that make so much fucking money. You look at the Forbes list. They're making $100 billion a year. Give $1 billion away. Seriously, $1 billion away to natural causes among the world, and you would solve world hunger.
Yeah, pretty much.
And homeless people too.
Yeah.
We have a lot of homeless vets out there, and some of them are taking granted of this situation, but some of them fought for our fucking country, and they're just sitting there eating dog do.
I just don't understand the problem here. Why we're having such an issue? Fucking housing our veterans, fucking just taking care of our own. All we're worried about is fucking refugees from fucking Muslim Arab countries, bringing them in. That's all we're worried about. We don't care about our veterans. We just care about other fucking countries taking in their people. Why don't we just let everybody fucking in, and then they just kill all of us? That's cool.
Or if you're really worried about it, then why don't you help the women and the fucking children, all right? Instead of letting all these people, if we went somebody else's country like the Middle East, they'd kill us right there on site.
Oh, sure.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck the government. But love you, Daddy.
We support President Trump, and the reason for that is because he is the fucking president. You gotta support him. What the fuck? What the fuck you thinking? You're trying to impeach that motherfucker.com? Go fuck yourself.
Fuck yourself, really.
Yeah,
Really
the local newspaper we have here has a real website that says impeachthatmotherfuckeralready.com. That's the name of the fucking website. Seriously, go fuck yourself. You gotta just support it.
4 years, go out and vote next time it comes.
Yeah, and how about you run for office, you fucking liberal cuck, instead of sitting in your goddamn coffee shop?
Like Dwayne The Rock Johnson 2020, who's talking about that. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
And Kanye West 2020.
God damn it. Yeah.
Let's just kill him now, okay?
What? Don't kill Kanye. He's got musical genius. Musical genius. All right. Last couple seconds here. We'll just throw it out there. What do you think about Dwayne Johnson possibly running for president in 2020?
Oh man, he's got my vote. If you listen to the Chuck Stew show, it's kind of a definite that you fucking mark that checkbox with the big X right next to his name, because you know everybody else is going to be competing against him is going to be a fucking joke, except for Daddy. If Dwayne The Rock Johnson goes into the Democratic category, that basically means we got Dwayne The Rock Johnson against Daddy, so everybody wins.
That won't happen. Dwayne is a Republican. Just stop. Just stop.
Hey, he could run,
Democrats are Rudy Poo Crew.
he could run for as a Democrat. Like that'd be cool with me because really, there's no other choice. Bernie is the only other choice, but he's probably gonna be dead by that time.
How about they just run as a fucking independent? Forget your
Yeah,
Republican.
who's running for Libertarian in 2020?
Who's running for the American people?
Nader 2020.
My foot 2020.
Oh my God.
Gonzo Baby 2020.
Oh God. Okay.
Dr. Book's Iron Man socks 2020.
Ben Shapiro 2020.
We're running out of time here. Any last words, folks? In fact, we're out of time. But
Suck a dick.
Oh, liberal suck a dick.
oh, okay. Good night.